So this is my review for Snowpiercer. It's an action fantasy. 2013 it came out. It's based on a French graphic, not fictional novel. Has a budget of 40 million. The director is Bong Joon-ho, the award-winning movie director of Parasite, which I have not seen, and I must see it. Came out in 2019. So this stars Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, John Hurt, Olivia Spencer, Ed Harris, Clark Middleton, and Jamie Bell, and a lot of others, as well as it has a good-sized cast. Not all of them I recognize, but still. So the plot of this is survivors on Earth, second ice age, live out their days on a luxury train that plows through snow and ice. The train's poorest residents who live in the squad caboose plan to improve their lives by taking over the engine room. Now, there is a TV show version of this on TNT. Came out last year for first season. The second season already is done. And looks to have 2 seasons, obviously. So far, I am looking forward to it. Now, I've seen bad reviews for it, and I have seen people say that it's totally not like this movie, so that's kind of a downer. So we'll see if I do it, but if I do it, it'll be next week. So they start off with a couple of minutes telling us what happened to the world, to where it ended up freezing over. Then they get into already wanting and planning the revolt. So pretty quick we get into the revolt planning stage. Apparently Chris's character already had an idea as soon as they went into the first scene on the train. Now the reason the Earth froze over, I really like the idea. Of course it has to do with global warming, but it's something new in my opinion, nothing I have seen before version of it, but there's been plenty of past 10 years or so of global warming movies, so related of ending the world and type of stuff. I don't know anything about the director, but he did a lot of very slow panning in shots. This also had a gritty gray tint to it, which added to the dirty poverty part of the train. Now some quick pace back and forth strategy shots. That was a little hard to see what was going on, unfortunately, but I got the gist of it. One where the guy was running on the huge pipe was very Asian martial arts type of movie shots you type of get, and it was very cool. It was also very quick, but very cool. CGI was pretty bad in a lot of spots, I must say, but it is a 2013 movie, so I'm not really surprised, and I was kind of expecting it. So not how I thought the ending was going to go. Wasn't the worst, but could have been better in my opinion. Now, I do love it. Kept me guessing up to the end what was going to happen. I did really like the film. I really loved it. I thought it was very unique, very special. Very Chinese in a lot of areas. I don't mean that as an insult, because I do kind of like those weird Chinese overdone films. But there's definitely some scenes in here that were definitely your typical overly done thing with Asian films. Not just Chinese, but just Asian films in general. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of this film. In the meantime, here's my rating for this film. Now, I will say I definitely love the different stages of levels that we get on the train through the carts, or cabooses, or not cabooses at the end of the train, but the carts, I believe they're called, and it's just kept me guessing on that, and then also what we were expecting. There's another part in there where you get, and this is kind of a spoiler, but it's at this point it's really old movie. So there were, and I wish they would have done this more, but when they get to the carts having windows, they would sit there and they would show the frozen world go by, and you get to see the graveyards of ships and buildings and planes and stuff. You know, all things frozen and some people frozen. So that was really interesting that they added that. Now, I will say where the two guys were shooting between each other was pretty stupid, in my opinion. I was kind of rolling my head on that one. It was pretty out there. But yeah. And there was Chris Long walking shots was pretty badass, though. So that's really all I got else to add to this, to my review. Yeah, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Again, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this film. I really appreciate it. I filmed this about 5 times already, so hopefully this comes out pretty good, or close to it. But in the meantime, please stay safe, please stay cold, please stay warm, depending on where you are on the earth. And, yeah, I love you all, and, skål.